Okay, our next section, Component C, communicating with families, a very important aspect. I'm a big fan of communication, and I like to communicate using various methods. So we'll take like the three categories. We're going to take information about the instructional program, information about individual students, and engagement of families in the instructional program. Okay, so let's take. I got some bullets here that I'll read through, but our first one, I think, is very important. Get them an open house. I like to welcome families I like to meet them all first night, shake their hands, say it's nice to meet you. Let them know different types of things that they're going to be expected of their kids. Give them a little overview of what we're going to be doing, talking about communication, giving them my email address, giving them my website, showing them all of these things, policies, procedures. So it's all right kind of there. They can read it on their own and put it on their refrigerator in case they forget. But all different information. I think it's important to have one sheet that they can reference very quickly. And of course, I love to shake their hand and meet them on that open. I think that's very important that first night. Of course, I direct them to many of the things that we've already talked about. And this may seem a little redundant. I apologize for that, but I think it all kind of fits under the same umbrella here. Of course, www.mrconover.webs.com is a great place to go for information. I welcome them with a little welcome video. I give them a lot of further information, maybe in case they've lost their sheet. It gives them a kind of an overview of policies and procedures and things like that. Tell them about the homework page, talk about some other aspects, contact information. I like to put that on there. Give them phone number, extension, email. They can email me at any time. Talk about different things and use this English web page kind of as a good resource that they can have in case they need to figure something out. And they can, of course, through my YouTube page, view it as many times as they like. Of course, we also if they want, they can ask their kids to go on their Edmodo page. They can go to my YouTube page. Any of these pages kind of give information out about those different pieces of communication. Next, I think it's important to give information once they have the information. They of course can go on and use their piece that they're very good using, the parent portal. Of course, I can't show you the parent portal here, but know that I keep the parent portal open at all times, and the grade book is there, and they may contact me accordingly. I also may issue reports to students, attach them as PDFs, okay, doing section summaries, which I very often do through the SIS portion of it, or the student summary, I should say. Um, let's see. Also, I like to communicate via email. It's a very good part, and you can see we have some parents here. We've thank you for all your help, and I think she has everything she needs. Okay, reference in our conversation, we discussed this. Different. You can see the conversations sometimes carry. So there's constant communication and different email addresses, whether it's with the student or with the parent. There's always conversations going back and forth with email. You can see the conversations go on, and we're able to communicate very quickly via email. This is just a small portion of the many emails that have been put back and forth through this. So that's pretty much basically our communication between them. There may be a phone call from time to time, but I find it's much quicker to do email. If a phone call is warranted, then maybe we make that call. We also communicate, you can see many through our guidance counselor here, Mrs. Simone. We constantly contact through them, and we meet during different places. We have meetings about students. We get together and discuss certain students. Parents come in and we talk about them, and there's many meetings that we go to. Let's see, and that kind of brings into the individual student. We have many parent guidance type meetings with our administrators and things like that through our guidance department. We have many team meetings that you can see are all very scheduled here through our principal or whatever it may be. We use our information about individual students based upon our grade book. We can type in anyone, using this system, of course, and take a look at what their progress is. If we need to call anybody, of course, obviously it's all right here, and I use this all the time for those kinds of things. Also, I like to get a little information about students through what they're doing, and they have their websites as well. I think it's a great way to connect with your students, to have them create something like a website that will definitely help them, and I think it's a good idea to have them maintain that throughout the year. Also, through social networking of Edmodo, you can see there's always conversations, questions. TJ said, I never got these words because I wasn't in school. Okay, we can reply, we can post things, videos, post all this information back and forth, surveys. We can see information using this tool. And of course, if we want to see their, their grades of what they've submitted online through Edmodo, we can see homework grades and things like that, see what's missing, who's got things where, just like they can with Infinite Campus back to, of course, the gradebook feature, which of course is very helpful to everybody, keeping things very transparent. Last but not least, a good way to have students communicate with me. I've found this year I've been doing a lot of video projects. I think video is a great way to do it, especially with streaming video that you can easily put over the internet. And we can see lots of students have done video reflections about how they're doing, their progress, okay? And it's really nice to have them in there, come in or be at home and be able to communicate, through the medium of video. I think it really helps give a different approach to what's going on, and they can.
I will start to use these literary terms more often and make examples.
Okay, I think it really helps get them focused in what they need to do, and it saves class time with making presentations. So I think video is a great way to communicate, especially on their end. Last but not least, the engagement of families in the instructional program. I think it's important to always keep them aware of what's going on with what you're doing in your classroom. And I think if we go into, I think one of the things I like to keep them with is permission slips. If there seems to be a unit that, I don't know, may have some material that parents are going to wonder, maybe the technology unit, creating websites, creating social networks. It's good to keep them informed. These are kind of blurry copies, I know, but these are permission slips for novels, permission slips for video projects, anything that may have parents questioning something. I always send permission slip home to kind of engage them and keep them in the loop of what's going on. Sometimes I know that they do lose track. So lots of different data, lots of different communication about individual students, about the programs, and how to engage students and families, keeping everybody on the same page. And that is communicating with families, and that is our conclusion of Component C. And I think we covered all of them. Okay, thank you.